Shalom. Thanks for joining me. When I was a small child, and I can't say like every child, but I know that I was mischievous, and there were things that I did that I tried to cover up, and especially around Christmas time, because in my home we did celebrate Christmas. As a matter of fact, I celebrated Christmas until 2009 when I came to the truth to understand. I knew and had heard that Christmas was pagan, but I didn't pay any mind to it because I believed that I wasn't doing anything pagan, and for me, and it was just fun. But once I came to the truth of the understanding of what I was doing and how Father doesn't want us to celebrate like the heathen do, so I stopped it. But anyway, some of my mischievousness was centered around that. I can remember once when we lived in Detroit at the time, and in that household was my grandmother and grandfather, and they owned a store on the first floor, and they also lived on the first floor. And on the second floor, my mom and my sister and I, because she was divorced at that time, lived there, and her sister and her husband and their son. And so there was a box downstairs on the first floor that was in my grandmother's bedroom, and usually there's no box there, so it was getting close to Christmas time, and so curiosity just got the best of me. So I opened up the box and looked in, and it was a gift for Daryl. Okay, that was my aunt's son, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I really don't even remember what was in it. But then it hit me: how am I gonna seal this box back up? Because I hadn't thought that through. And as a child, I can understand it. Didn't. So I'm trying to figure out what's sticky, what's gummy, what's whatever, and I couldn't think of tape or nothing like that. So else we didn't have any like that. So I poured a little syrup on the box, okay, and spread it nice and evenly on there, and shut it down, and hoping that it would stick. Okay, when my grandmama saw that. Now, I rarely got whoopings, okay, from my grandmother because yeah, I was mischievous, but I wasn't, bad, okay. But I got a spanking for that. I really did. So, and I can think of another time because my grandmother saw in me that a lot of times I not only was mischievous, but sometimes quite selfish. I wanted things for myself and didn't want to share. So this must have been a test, okay. If anybody remembers dentine gum, I think they still make dentine gum. And most gum is like about this wide, but dentine gum was like a little bitty, little fat stick. And so grandmama gave me a stick of dentine gum. Okay, 'cause they had a store. Okay, now she could have given me more, but that's what I'm saying. I think this was a test. So she told me to share it with my sister. So when I saw that little piece of gum, I said, I ain't sharing this with her. I'm going to eat this gum myself. So I popped it all in my mouth. So lo and behold, my sister see me chewing on something, and she go to grandmama and said, well, can I have some gum? Because Sharon got some gum. Then my grandmother realized I had not shared it. Okay, so that was another spanking that was coming because, I had not obeyed her direct instructions to share that gum. And this was how I was raised. Okay. Now let's go forward into young teenage years, and this was we were living on our own then. But when I say on our own, my mom and my sister and I, and so I call myself having a boyfriend, and this was somebody that I only knew through the telephone. Okay, I had never seen the guy. you know, um, and he was a friend of a friend or something, and we got to talking on the phone. It's, telephones when they have the little princess phone, and you be on the phone, you just talking, okay, and you have friends or whatever. So my mom said something about it, and she wasn't really too concerned about it because I had never met the boy, and it was only on the phone, just talking about, I don't know, just whatever teens talk about back in the It would have been early 60s or late 50s. So, the early 60s. So, she made a little quip about him that I thought was unnecessary for her to joke about somebody that not only I didn't know, but she didn't know either. So anyway, I got on my high horse. Okay, that's what people say, got a high horse. Now it was in the evening when she had said this. Okay, and it was dark outside because it was wintertime, and at wintertime in Detroit, it 6:30, 5:30 or something like that. It been dark. Oh, and it was also snow outside. Okay, so I get on my high horse, and so I told her, I said, I'm leaving home. Okay, so I put on my boots. I still had on my pajamas, and I threw on I remember it was a pink gingham quilted um, house coat that I threw on, and I got as far as the porch because we had a screened-in porch. My mama grabbed me back in there, you know, and she did whoop me. Okay, she just whooped me. So, so I got over that and calmed down because she wasn't going to stand for any defiance. Okay, so that's what that was. And so the next day, her sister came over. And so her sister, asked me, she said, "No, what was you thinking?" So I said, "I was coming to your house." And she said, "I know you wasn't because I wasn't going to let you in." you know. And so it's like family stuck together on raising children. I don't know if people still do that the way they did back then. So, but the whole point of this was that we need to understand, and for those that we do have responsibility for children, or if you're raising grandchildren, or whatever, to let them know that everything done in the dark will come to the light. And Proverbs says over here in Proverbs 10:9, he that walketh uprightly walketh surely, but he that perverted his ways shall be known. And if we live by that, that'll keep us on the straight and narrow. And so we want to do everything decently and in order. Thanks so much for listening. Please like and share. Shalom.